Hello everyone. So this is week 9 week 9 of my Saxenda updates. I literally feel like I was wearing the same shirt last week. Was I wearing the same shirt last Thursday? I think I was. That works out, whatever. Anyways, so this is week 9 of me, or covering week 9 of me being on Saxenda. For anybody new here, I started Saxenda 9 weeks ago for multiple reasons. It helps me with my weight under a weight management program, but it also helps me manage my insulin and some other issues, so yay for that. So this is a little bit of an interesting one, right? I have no updates as far as side effects goes this week. Like, nothing has changed. Excuse me, oh my goodness. Nothing has changed this past week. No extra side effects, nothing new. However, it's kind of the opposite again. I'm seeing some changes in the opposite direction. So my cravings are starting to happen again. I don't like that. I haven't been giving in to them, but I feel them again. I have that food noise that kind of goes on in your head, like the jumps in, like impulsive thoughts about eating, which just comes along with, unfortunately, my eating disorder, which for anybody who doesn't know is binge eating disorder. And that's no fun. It's been very, very hard to try to like ignore that and turn that off in my head. I know as far as the appetite issue, like, it's not forever that this medication will keep you from feeling hungry. I mean, maybe for some people it does. That's great. If it does, it really helped me. However, you're supposed to kind of implement what you've been learning about eating and the amount you should be eating and everything. You're supposed to implement that going onward, even without the medication. So, hold on, I'm turning my AC on. It's really hot here in Florida. And so I've been, using what I've learned over the past few weeks. Sorry, I just sneezed. So I have been implementing, what I've learned over the past 9 weeks now, or 8 weeks before this ninth week started. I've been implementing what I learned about like portion control and things like that, just in case, because I noticed that I have been hungry again. I've been getting hungry more often. This isn't daily. There are days where I still don't feel like eating. That's still a thing. I still cannot eat as much as I was eating. That is still true. But the intrusive thoughts about like wanting to eat food, or like when I see pictures of food, I immediately have the cravings for that food, and it just doesn't leave your brain. Like, that has definitely kind of come back into the picture again, and I really don't like that. But it is what it is at this point. I'm not sure if that means the medication's not working as well suddenly. I don't know. As far as the weight loss goes, so I have not gained any weight at all, but just like last week, I am at a stall. I have tried kind of altering how I'm doing things, drinking more water, cutting down even further on like certain foods that maybe were causing an issue. Like I dropped my sugar a little more. I lowered my carbs a little bit from what they were, up my protein a little bit from what it was. Like, I tried kind of switching things up, just to see what's going on. And it hasn't really resulted in any changes so far. I feel about the same. I weigh about the same. My clothes have not gotten any looser since my last check-in. So like before, when I was stalling, like on the scale, I would still see changes in my body, in the way my clothes fit and everything like that, which is how I knew, the medication is still helping out. But this time I'm not really seeing any more of that. I'm just kind of where I was last time, which I know can happen. Now, like I said, it's only been 2 weeks of this stall, and people will stall for months sometimes. And I definitely have in the past too. It's unfortunately what usually has made me kind of give up on myself and trying to be healthy, and I'm trying not to let that happen this time. But yeah, I mean, the only other thing I've kind of maybe noticed more, but it might just be something I didn't notice before, is like I have a lot of, unfortunately, excess skin, like on my belly, on like my thighs, places like that, because I've lost a lot of weight before now still. Even before this medication, I had lost some weight in the past. I've kind of fluctuated quite a bit. So I have a lot of excess skin, and I do notice more that like the skin seems a little more loose again and like kind of wrinkly. And anyone who's lost a bunch of weight, you probably know what I'm talking about. So I don't know if I just didn't notice that before, or maybe I am still seeing some changes in my body. I mean, we're sticking with it. We're staying on this medication. I don't have another appointment check-in with my doctor, unfortunately. Like the wait times are really, really long right now around here to get in with anybody. But that being said, I do have an appointment. It is next month, right? I think, yeah, it's April 20th. So I got a little ways before I can, kind of talk to my doctor and see what he wants to do. If he wants to switch me over to the Wegovy, maybe. I don't know. I've also heard great things about Mounjaro. So I'm curious about that as well. So I might bring it up to him and see what he thinks. If not, I'm just sticking with the original plan, which is eventually to get to the Wegovy. So, yeah, I've got a little longer. We'll see if things change before I go to that appointment. Until then, I'm just staying on my maintenance dose of the Saxenda, which is the 3 milligrams. I actually pick up more today from my pharmacy. And that's pretty much it. I'm just trying to stay motivated. It helps that I'm not gaining any weight. I think if I were gaining weight, it'd be a lot harder. But I like that, I've lost that weight so far and it's staying off. And I feel like I have a bit more energy, and I don't get quite as tired as easily anymore when I'm moving and active. So those are all great things. I moved in the right direction, and hopefully I'll keep moving in the right direction. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to just keep doing what I've been doing. That's, has been successful up till this point. Stick with the medications, stick with, the eating habits, and see, who knows, maybe eventually things will change and get better. And that's really it. I would like to hear from other people on this medication too. I do follow a few groups, like especially on Facebook. There are some support groups for people on this medication and some of the similar ones like Ozempic and Wegovy and Mounjaro and things like that. And I do see a lot of people stall, and I like to hear kind of how people have overcome that, if they do, if they don't, what helps them, what doesn't. And I know everyone's a bit different, so it's hard to gauge, and I feel like a lot of people aren't like super honest. Like if somebody is, maybe they have fallen back into bad habits, they're eating poorly, and they'll just say, hey, I'm stalling, I'm not losing weight suddenly on this medication. So do you trust these people to be honest about, like, are they in a true stall? Are they eating the same way? Have they fallen into bad habits? They're not saying that they have. And so that's where I feel like it's really, really hard to pick out who's giving like good feedback, good information about the medication. Yeah, for me, I'm being 100% honest when I say, I've been eating the same way I have been since the beginning of this. But that's why I mentioned, the cravings are back. That is all kind of coming back slowly but surely. I haven't given in, but it's there. And, I've been through this a million times now through various diets, and I know how hard it is. I know how hard it gets. And so I feel a little more prepared this time, and I love that no matter what, this medication makes it so that I cannot eat as much as I was before. Like, even if I say I blew it and I was like, okay, I want a whole pizza today, this medication would not let me do that. In the past, absolutely, I probably could eat an entire pizza plus more. But at least I know on this medication that my appetite, like my stomach, it will not allow me to eat that much. Like, I really cannot eat that much without getting sick. So that does make me feel comforted a bit. It takes away some of the anxiety about that, because sometimes that anxiety, even though it's about you like messing up and binging, sometimes that same anxiety is the thing that leads you to actually go and do that and to binge. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm sticking with it. I'm not gonna give up on it. And yeah, I also wonder, because I've been kind of sick over the past week, off and on with something, if that's playing a part into the weight situation too. So I don't know. That's another factor. Who knows? That could be a thing. Might not be a thing. I don't know. But anyways, that's all I really have to talk about. And obviously I'll be updating weekly. So when that appointment happens, I think it's on a Thursday. I'm pretty sure. So I'll probably make 2 videos when it comes to that week. So I'll make my Saxenda update video when it comes to the 20th of April. But I'll probably do a follow-up video as well about the doctor's appointment, because that happens later in the afternoon, and I film these like right in the morning, waiting for my fiance's appointments to end. So I'll probably film that second video in the afternoon after that appointment to let you all know kind of, you know, whatever feedback I got, and if anything changes, or if I'm going to be starting a different medication or whatever. And that's that. But yeah, anyways, I hope you all are doing well and staying healthy and happy, and I will see you all again very, very soon. Bye.